السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بنرجع مع بعض إن شاء الله Physics for grade 9 Advanced. Question number 1. If the net force of an object is 0, then the object is F net, net force, it's F net. If the F net is 0, what do you think? If the F net equal to 0, it means acceleration equals 0 meter per second square. It means also V final equal V initial, final velocity equal initial velocity. It means the object move with constant velocity. Move with constant velocity. And also we can say that an object in equilibrium, it means the net force equals 0. And also we can detect that maybe the object at rest. What the meaning by at rest? At rest, not moving. So that F net equals 0, acceleration 0, V final equal V initial, the object move with constant velocity, the object may be at rest, the object in equilibrium. All of these meaning net force is 0. The next question is an object in equilibrium, if it is moving at a constant velocity or a constant acceleration, a constant velocity. In equilibrium, it means F net equals 0 Newton. It means acceleration equal 0 meter per second square. It means V is constant. What else? I don't remember what else. Question number 3. Y component of a vector V is, look to this figure. As you see, this is vector V. Vector V make an angle equal theta beside x-axis, so that the component beside the angle, it take cosine, and the component away from the angle, it takes sine, so that Vx will equal V cosine theta and Vy equal what? V sine theta. So that he asked me about y component. So that Vy equal V sine theta. Question 4, he asked about x component. X component, it means V cosine what? V cosine theta, exactly. Question number 5, vector A equal 5 in the second quadrant. Find the x component for this vector and y component for the vector. The angle between A vector and x-axis is 130, so that we can write AX equal A cosine theta, it's equal 5 cosine 130 using the calculator. 5 cosine 130 equal what? Equal negative 3.2. What about AY? AY equal A sine theta will be 5 sine 130. It will be just change cosine with sine. The answer will be 3.8. If you look to the figure, AX to the left side, it's to negative direction, so that we get the negative sign, and Vy to up, it means to the positive direction, so that our answer is positive. Question number 6. Find the resultant of two vector A and B. Look to this figure. This is vector A and the green one is vector B. Vector A, as you see, just a second, where is my mouse? This is my mouse, okay. As you see in the figure, vector A consists of two components, AX This one is AX and vertical one is AY. From this figure, AX is 1, 2, 2-digit only. So that I can write AX equal to 2 meter, 2 kilometer, 2 meter per second, 2 Newton. And AY is 1, 2, 3. It's equal 3. What about B? B in X direction, this is BX, the component for B, BX. And that one is BY. BX is 1, 2, 3. BX equal 3. And BY equal what? Equal 1, only 1. The resultant, he asked about resultant. Find the resultant. Resultant is R. Resultant is R. There is Rx equal AX plus BX. It's equal to 2 plus 3, it will be 5. So that the resultant in X direction equal 5. What about resultant in Y direction? Ry equal AY plus BY. AY is 3, BY equal 1, so that resultant in Y axis equal 4. Now we calculate, we get Rx and Ry. If I need to draw Rx, this is Rx, it's 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This vector is R in X direction. Where is Ry? It's 4 digits, so that I can draw 1, 2, 3, 4. This is Ry. The resultant is from the start point, from the initial point, from the beginning to the end point. This is the resultant. This is R. By using Pythagoras Theorem, R equal what? R equal square root of Rx square plus Ry square. So that the resultant R equal square root of 5 square plus 4 square. Using the calculator, square root of 5 square plus 4 square, the answer is 6.4. R equal 6.4. This is the result. How many steps we use it in this question? The first step we calculate Rx. The second step calculate Ry. The third step we calculate the resultant equal Rx square plus Ry square. Okay, so that the answer is Rx equal 2 plus 3, Ry equal 3 plus 1, R squared equal Rx squared plus Ry squared, and it's equal to square root of 5 squared plus 4 squared equals 6.4. Question number 7. What is the net force acting on the slide? Again, net force is F net. Look to this figure. How many forces in the figure? There is 3 forces. 2 forces to the right and 1 force to the left. I can write it F1 is 19 Newton to the right, F2 100 Newton to the right, F3 is 120 Newton to the left, and the right side is positive, right side is positive, left side is negative, so that from this figure F net equal F1 as a vector plus F2 as a vector plus F3 as a vector. This is F net. So that F net equal F1 positive 90 plus F2 positive 100 plus F3 is negative 120. Why negative? Because it's to the left. Left side is negative sign. You can use your calculator or use your mind. If you have calculator, okay. If you have mind, no problem. 90 plus 100 minus 120. The answer will positive 70. What the meaning by positive? There is a positive sign, not negative. It means this net force to what? Exactly to the right side. So that our answer is 70 Newton to the right. Question number 8. Find the net force. Again, net force. Net force is F net acting on an 5 kilogram object. 5 kilogram, it means mass. Mass measured in kilogram. Causing it to move with acceleration. Acceleration is A small. Newton's second law. F net equal to mass multiplied by acceleration. This is Newton's second law. F net equal mass times acceleration. So that F net equal to 5 times 2, it will be 10 Newton. The next, she is, I don't know who she, but she is 30 kilogram. 30 kilogram is a mass. She stands at rest on a big rock with both her feet are on the rock. The normal force, the sign for normal force is Fn. The normal force that the rock exerts on her is, he asked about normal force measured in Newton. If I draw free body diagram like that, there is an object. The down force is what? Exactly Fg. Fg is equal to mg. The up force is normal force. Fn, it means normal force. Fg, it means weight or gravitational force. As you see, Fn equal Fg. Normal force equal gravitational force or equal weight. So that Fn is mg equal mg because Fg equal mg. So that F normal equal mg. M is 30, G is 9.81 or 9.8 as the exam said. The answer will be, using the calculator, 30 multiplied by 9.81. The answer will be 294 Newton. Question number 10. There is a box is resting on the ground. Compare between normal force and weight. Normal force is Fn and weight is what? Fg. We just draw like this free body diagram. Downward force is Fg, weight, and up force is normal force. As you see from the previous and this figure, Fg, it's equal F normal. They equal each what? Each other. F normal equal Fg. Next question. A hot air balloon moves a distance 4 kilometers to north. This is the first vector, A vector. It's equal to 4 kilometers and directed to what? Directed to north. And then 6 kilometers to east. Vector B, the second displacement, 6 kilometers to the east. What is the total displacement? Look to this figure. As you see, A vector equal 4 kilometers. We draw it to up, directed to north. Then vector B is 6 kilometers to the right, to the east side. The displacement or resultant from the start point to the end point, it's R. Hence, Pythagoras Theorem, R squared equal A squared plus B squared. Or as you know, resultant equals square root of A squared plus b square. So that r equal 4 square plus 6 square. The answer will be 7.2. It's directed to northeast. Northeast. Okay, this is the direction. 7.2 kilometer northeast. The next question. Two boats A and B left the port as figure. There is a boat A move in this direction and reach to this point. And boat B move in this direction and reach to this point. He asked about what? What is the distance between the two boats? We need resultant. The angle between two boats is 120, so that we can use cosine's law. Cosine law. Cosine law is r equal square root of a square plus b square minus 2ab cosine theta. Theta is an angle between a vector and b vector. Okay, we can use a square plus b square only if the angle between the two vectors is 90 degrees. But if the angle greater than 90 degrees, we can use cosine law. A square plus b square minus 2ab cosine theta, r equal square root. A is 20 kilometer square plus 35 kilometer square minus 2 times 20 times 35 cosine 120. The answer equal, using the calculator also, square root, where is the square? Square root of 20 square plus 35 square minus 2 times 20 times 35 cosine 120. The answer is 48.2 kilometers. Again, we will use cosine's law in this question. Find the magnitude of the sum of 15 kilometer displacement, it's a vector, and 25 kilometer, it's b vector, when the angle between them is 135 degrees. So that we will use the same technique, the same equation, same formula. A square plus b square minus 2ab cosine theta, r equals square root of a is 15 square plus 25 square minus 2 times 15 times 25 cosine what? 135, the angle between the two vectors. The answer will be square root 15 squared plus 25 squared minus 2 times 15 times 25 cosine 135. The answer is 37 kilometers. 37 kilometers. The same vector, but the angle is 90 degrees now. How can we get the displacement? Find the magnitude of the sum of 15 kilometer displacement and the 25 kilometer displacement when the angle between them is 90 degrees. In this case, r equal square root of 15 square plus 25 square. The first vector equal 15 kilometer. The second one is perpendicular to the first. Perpendicular make an angle what? 90 degree, 25 kilometer. So that the resultant r equal square root of 15 squared plus 25 squared. It will be 29. R equal 29 kilometer. The next question. A man is pushing his 1,200 kilogram, its mass, at a constant velocity. What do I mean by constant velocity? It means F net equals 0 Newton. If the coefficient of kinetic friction is mu k. Mu k between the car and the road is 0.23 mu k. What is the value of kinetic friction? Kinetic friction, it's Fk. The value of kinetic friction, we need it on his car. This car, there is a down force, it's Fg, the weight, equal mg. Is it correct? Yes. There is up force, it's Fn, normal force. It's equal to Fg. He is push the car in this direction. His force is Fa, applied force. And there is a force in opposite side, in opposite direction of motion. It named Fk, kinetic friction. At constant speed or constant velocity, F net equals 0. Yes? Don't forget it. F net equals 0. What's the meaning by F net equals 0? It means the right side equals the left side, the up equal down. Okay? And there is an equation, Fk kinetic friction equal mu k multiplied by Fn, by normal force. Fk equal mu k coefficient of kinetic friction, Fn is normal force. From the figure Fn, it's equal to Fg, I can write it mg, and mu k. Now I can calculate Fk. Because we have mu k is 0.23, the mass is 1200, g is 9.81 or 9.80. The answer is 0.23 times 1200 times 9.81. The answer is 2707. It's Fk. 2707, or it's near to 705 as written in the question. The next question is, a truck pulls with a horizontal force. What the meaning by horizontal? Horizontal in x-axis. Horizontal force, F. On a 1100 kilogram mass of the car at a constant velocity, it means F net equal to 0 Newton. It means the right side force equal the left side, the up equal down. What is the coefficient of kinetic friction? Coefficient mu k equal what? Between the car and the road. If you look to the figure, there is a force in this side equal 3234 Newton. There is a coefficient so that there is an opposite force. It named Fk equal also 3234 Newton, because F net equals 0. So that the right force equals the left force. Good. And we just write Fk equal mu k multiply m times g, mu k mg. He asked about what? Mu k. So that mu k it's equal to Fk over mass multiplied by g. Fk is 3234, the mass 1100, g is 9.81. So that's mu k equal, using the calculator, fraction 3234 over 1100 multiply 9.81. The answer will be 0.299, 0.3 without unit. Coefficient of kinetic friction without unit. Okay. Saeed applied a force 55 Newton. Applied a force so that it's Fa, applied force, to accelerate a 10 kilogram, its mass, accelerate a 10 kilogram box 3 meter per second square acceleration along the horizontal surface. What is the magnitude of frictional force? Frictional force Fk equal what? In this case, there is acceleration. What the meaning by acceleration? There is acceleration. It means F net not equal 0. F net in this case not equal to 0. Why? Because there is an acceleration equal 3 meter per second square. Okay, no problem. I draw the free body diagram. An object, there is a force F equal 55 Newton, and there is Fk, it's less than 55. Why it's less? Because there is an acceleration. Downward force is Fg, it's equal m2g. We can calculate it. 10 times 9.81, it's equal 98.1 Newton Fg. In opposite side, up force, it's normal force. It's equal to Fg, so that normal force equal 98.1 Newton also. Now, from Newton's second law, first step, F net equal ma. Newton's second law. M is 10, acceleration is 3, so that F net equal 30 Newton. It's the first step. The second step, from this figure, F net from the figure equal F A minus Fk. F net equal right force minus left force. F net is 30, F is 55, minus Fk. How can we get Fk? You can use shift solve from the calculator. I write 30 alpha equal 55 minus alpha x. Then shift solve e, so that Fk it's equal 25 Newton. The answer is 25 Newton. True or false? Static friction is usually less than kinetic friction? No, it's false. Static friction is greater than kinetic friction, so that it's false. Fs, static friction, it's greater than Fk, kinetic friction. And also mu s, coefficient of static friction, is greater than mu k, coefficient of kinetic friction. The next question is, you push 25 kilogram wooden box, the mass is 25, across a wooden floor at a constant speed. What the meaning by constant speed? F net equal to 0, right force equal to the left force, constant speed of 1 meter per second, so that it's v, speed or velocity. The coefficient of friction is the coefficient of friction, mu k. How large is the force that you exert on the box? You push in this side with F-A or F-E-X-T, no problem. In opposite side, there is an equal force. There is a force. This force is what? Kinetic friction. They equal each other. Why they equal each other in this case? Because you push at a constant speed. You push at a constant speed. Again, Fk equal mu k mg. Mu k 0.2, m is 25, g is 9.81. The answer is 0.2 times 25 times 9.81. The answer is 49 Newton. So that I must push at 49 Newton. Why? Because Fa it's equal to Fk, it's equal for 49 Newton. Question number 20. You push 25 kilogram, it's mass, wooden box with a force, this is your force, 98 Newton, across a wooden floor at a constant acceleration, so that F net not equal to 0. The coefficient of kinetic friction, mu k, it's 0.2. Calculate the acceleration. Acceleration is A. The first step, I need to calculate Fk. It's equal to mu k. mg equal to 0.2 multiply 25 multiply 9.81. The answer we just calculated equal 49 Newton. This is Fk. But I push with 98 Newton and the kinetic friction only 49 Newton. So that we can calculate F net. Is it correct? F net, it's equal the right force minus left force equal 98 minus 49 minus 98 minus 49, the answer will be 49 also. The third step is acceleration from Newton's second law equal F net over mass. It's equal 49 over 25. Using the calculator, 49 over 25, the answer is 1.96. It's near to 2 meter per second square. Question 21. The graph show relation between, it's not clear, we can make it bigger like that. Yes, it's good. The graph show the relation between normal force and the friction force. Okay, calculate the coefficient of friction. Coefficient of friction, mu k. We know Fk, it's equal mu k multiply Fn. Is it correct? Yes. So that mu k, it's equal to Fk over Fn. Look to the graph. In y-axis, there is friction. Friction, it's Fk. In x-axis, it's a normal force. Normal is Fn. If I need to calculate the slope for this figure, the slope equal rise over run, it's equal delta Fk over delta Fn. So that mu k will equal the slope. You know from math, slope equal y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You can take any 2 points. I will take which point is suitable. Yes, this point. It's very good. Can make it like that. This good. X is 1 and y is 0.5 and this point is 0, 0. So that the slope is 0.5 minus 0 over 1 minus 0. 0.5 equals 0 over 1. The answer will be what? 0.5. So that the coefficient of kinetic friction is 0.5. Question number 22, which is true? The coefficient of static and the coefficient of kinetic. Coefficient of static is mu s, coefficient of kinetic is mu k. As you know, mu s is greater than mu k, as mentioned before. So that we will search about this, meaning I think the coefficient of static friction is higher than coefficient of kinetic friction. This is the correct answer. The next, friction force. Friction force is Fk. Depends on what? Fk equal mu k multiplied by Fn. So that it depends on mu k, it means the surfaces, two surfaces, and the coefficient of kinetic friction, Fn, it's normal force. So that it depends on normal force, and it depends also about surfaces. Okay, but the correct answer is normal force and the two surfaces. The next one, Omar has a mass of 45 kilogram. The mass, it's m, is going down a sled sloped at, this is an angle, the force is in inclined plane, there is a force in this side mg cosine theta, down force mg sine theta, up force is Fn, and in opposite side sometimes it named Fk. Okay, Omar who has a mass of 45 kilogram is going down a sled is 27 degree. The coefficient of kinetic friction, we asked about coefficient, is 0.23 mu k. Calculate the normal force. From the figure, normal force it's equal to mg cosine theta. M is 45, G is 9.81, cosine theta is what? 27. Using the calculator, 45 times 9.81 cosine 27, the answer is 393. 393 Newton. This is the correct answer. The next one, Omar who has a mass of the same question and the sled is 27 degrees theta and the coefficient of kinetic friction is mu k. Calculate acceleration. Acceleration. Okay, first step we need to calculate Fk. Fk it's equal mu k times Fn, and we have Fn from the previous question, so that Fk is 0.23 multiplied by Fn 393, the answer equal times 0.23, the answer equal 90.5 Newton. The second step, F net equal to mg sine theta minus Fk. mg sine theta minus what? Minus Fk. M is 45, G is 9.81, sine 27 minus 90.5. Can you use the calculator? So that 45 times 9.81 sine 27 minus ans equal 109.9, it's 110 Newton. The third step, acceleration equal F net over mass, it's 110 over 45, divide 45, the answer 2.4 meter per second square. The boy is moving in a constant velocity. It's moving down in a constant velocity. What the meaning by constant velocity? He asked about normal force. Normal force, Fn equal mg cosine theta. mg cosine what? Cosine theta. mg is fg. mg is fg. Cosine theta. It's a normal force. From the figure, fg is mg written here. I don't know you see it or not. mg, it's written in the figure. mg 23 times 9.81 cosine 50. It's equal 23 times 9.81 cosine 50, 145 Newton. 145 Newton. This force equal what? Fn equal Fgy. Fg in y axis, as you see, it's equal to, this is Fgy. Okay. The next, the boy is moving is in a constant velocity. Calculate Fk. Fk equal to mg sine theta. Fk in this case equal mg sine theta, so that Fk equal m is 23, g is 9.81, sine 50, it's mg sine theta. The answer is sine 50, 172 or 173. 173 Newton. And it's equal to what? It's equal to Fg in x-axis. Fg in x-axis. This is the correct answer for this question. Your weight is 75 kilogram, it's mass, and you're standing on a bathroom scale in the elevator. Starting from rest, the elevator accelerate upward with 2 meters per second square for 2 seconds. Then it continues at a constant speed. What is the scale reading during the acceleration? If the elevator accelerates up, the scale reading will equal m multiplied by g plus a. G is gravitational acceleration, a is what? Is acceleration. So that the scale reading in this case, the scale reading equal mass is 75, g is 9.81, plus acceleration is 2. Using the calculator, 75, 9.81 plus 2, the answer is 885 Newton. The next one, a 415 kilogram, its mass container of food and water is dropped from the airplane and attached to the parachute designed to produce a drag force. Drag force is Fd that allow the container to reach constant downward velocity. So that F net equal to 0 of 6 meters per second velocity. What is the magnitude of the drag force? When the object fall down, there is a downward force equal Fg, it's m times g, and there is up force, it's Fd or drag force. Drag force Fd, it's equal to Fg, it mean m times g. 415 times 9.81, the answer will be the drag force equal the answer will be 4071 or 4071 Newton. This is the answer. If we need to write it in significant figure or in scientific notation, 4.1 times 10 to the power 123 Newton. Question number 30. Find the equilibrant being the force having equal magnitude and the resultant force but opposite direction. Equilibrant, it's cancel equilibrium. Okay, find the equilibrant. Okay, find the equilibrant for the entire set of forces listed below. We have two forces. The first force is 61 at 17 north of east. This is F1. It's equal 61 Newton, 17 north of east, so that the angle beside east. First, F1x equal F1 cosine theta. F1y, it's equal F1 sine theta. This is the component for F1. Okay, what about F2? F2 is 38 at 64 north of east. It's F2. It's equal 38 Newton. And the angle is 64. So that F2x equal F2 cosine theta 2 and F2y, it's equal to F2 sine theta 2. Now, we can write F1x, it's equal, F1 is 61 cosine 17, and f1y it's equal to 61 sine 17. The answer equal f1x, f1y, 61 cosine, no, 61 cosine 17, it's equal 58, and for sine it's equal 18. Now we calculate f1x and f1y, okay? Then f2x it's 38 cosine 64, f2y it's equal 38 sine 64. The answer will be 16.6, make it 17, and the sine 34. Then we will calculate Rx, R in x direction. The resultant in x equal f1x plus f2x. It's equal 58 plus 17. The answer is 75 Newton. Then we calculate Ry. It's equal f1y plus f2y. It's 18 plus 34. The answer is 52 Newton. Now he asked about what? He asked about the equilibrant. Equilibrant, it means the vector in opposite direction of these vector. If I need to draw this vector, fx is in positive direction. This is Rx. Ry in positive direction also, it's Ry. So that the equilibrant will be in the negative. This is the equilibrant for x, okay? And this is the equilibrant for y. So that equilibrant it will be in quadrant number what? In quadrant 3. Equilibrant it's equal to square root of rx square plus ry square, but in opposite direction of equilibrium, okay? So that the answer equal, just a second, 75 square plus 52 square it's 91 Newton. If we need to calculate the direction, angle theta equal tan inverse ry over rx, it's equal tan inverse ry is 52, rx is 75, shift tan 52 over 75, it will be 34 degree, where this angle it's 34. This directed to south, this direction, and this is to west, this direction, so that the angle south of west. Thank you so much. ربنا يوفقكم جميعا واشوفكم بخير. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.